welcome everyone to the Quiver podcast. As you can see, there are three of us. Joining me today are JD, say hi,
Hi everyone.
and and Purty, say hi. Ayan.
Hello.
Marami naghanap kay Purty, so he's back. And we also brought on JD because if we're just dalawa, it's just me, Brian, hosting the show. And that would be a crazy show kasi parang mumbling lang yun of whatever. Baka magbasa na lang ako ng comments sa Take Aim or sa UAP page kung ganun yung situation. But yeah, guys around for joining me around this time. So before we get into the rivalry day results, syempre, we have to mention that konti na lang yung subscribers na kailangan namin to give away this lovely Ibarra Trofeo Green watch. It's such an
Hey.
elegant looking watch.
Oh.
Subscribe lang kayo and then the lucky subscriber will get that for free. Chinek ko siya sa website ng Ibarra Manila and well, ano, sold out na daw eh. So I guess this is your best chance to win it, to take it home. I would buy it myself kung available kasi ineligible din kami sa promo. So ayun na lang. Ayan. So now that we have that way, let's mention the results. It's a good day to be a Lasal volleyball fan
Mm.
against Ateneo, no less, diba? Because we beat the Green Spikers beat the Blue Eagles in 4 sets, and gumaya din yung Lady Spikers, beating the Blue Eagles, as they prefer to be called now, yung buong men's and women's, also in 4 sets. So let's first discuss the women's team. So I'll go to Perty first with this question. Strong start, shaky finish. What do you think of how that game panned out for our team?
I think for a lot of Lady Spikers fans, I think this game is the one we've been waiting for since the start of the season, start of round one. I remember for the since the start of the season, people have been taking note of what the fans have been taking note of what the Lady Spikers need to improve per game, right? So just a brief rundown of that. They wanted Nicole to be more aggressive, and then eventually they wanted middles. They wanted middles. The fans wanted more middle action from the setter, and then they also wanted both Shavana and Angel to bring their A games at the same time, right? Kasi at first it was either or. So I guess this game was that game that every LaSalle fan or Lady Spiker fan was looking for.
How about you, JD? What did you think of today's performance from the Lady Spikers?
Considering that they're facing a very depleted Ateneo Blue Eagle squad with injuries with who are actually piled up with injuries. This should have been could have been more could have been an easier game, but but kudos to the opponents. We respect our opponents and they've respected us as well. So it was really a good match between these two schools, particularly this celebrated rivalry. Yeah, it's just like Perty had mentioned. So we wanted more middle action. We wanted steadier setting from Nicole or from Juliana. Um, we also wanted actually to see a steadier reception because per statistics we're the best digging team coming into this game, and we're also the best serving team. So the first line of defense and offense natin, we're good, we're doing good, but it's somewhere in the middle that gets lost in translation, and medyo kanina nakita medyo nagpakita yung ganong persistent. I think in the post conference, Coach Ramil reiterated that he really wanted his setters to be steady so that in the remaining games on this of this elimination round. So yun.
Okay, so nabanggit mo yung steadiness of the setters. How do you rate so far yung performances nila? Let's go first with Perty.
For the setters, kudos to them. Kasi we could vividly see the improvements of the setters, especially Nicole. Um, though Juliana has already also been a lot better. So before I go to Nicole, I'd like to commend also Juliana because remember the game against UE when they were a little bit shaky. Juliana was fielded in, and then when she was fielded in, the team got a lot more confident in attacking, even back row attacks. And that's because she was very steady. Juliana was very steady. For this game, however, it was really Nicole Reyes' game, and you could see how steady she is by the decision making that she's doing. She is confident to she is now confident to give um, to end long rallies with a middle attack, and that's a lot because it's not very easy to do, and her this ball distribution is very good as well, as seen in the stats. Like everybody has been contributing in attacking. So she was very steady today, even in times of super long rallies. She would be quick at her feet, always thinking, analyzing, and strategizing how to end the long rallies. And it was effective.
Okay, I will not throw the same question na pala kay JD because in my head while Pretty
Mm.
was talking, I was thinking of something like what you said na we were expected to win this by 3 sets. And so far, we've strung together
Mm.
3 straight wins, di ba? But none of them have
Ako
been,
hindi.
but none of them have been straight sets. So parang is this something that we can live with, JD? I'll ask JD first and then Pretty can add some more based
Okay.
on what JD would say. Parang
Yeah,
yun,
I was
if
able
you,
to watch. Yeah, I was able to watch a game live last over the weekend, and I was also able to watch the games through our through the apps. No, expected naman that this season will really be stacked. Even if with the departures of some players in other schools, expected that it's gonna be a close match to everyone. It's just that, especially pag dikdikan na lang sa dulo, dikdikan yung labanan sa dulo, yun yung nagiging critical. So for us, this season, we are actually very strong in paper. Especially, these are the season talents. Ito yung mga, they're expected that they produce good numbers from last season kahit bronze medalist yung podium finish natin. But they've expected this season that nag-improve na to. I'm sure di ba, we were able to do a lot of preseason activities compared to the previous batches. So the gelling could have worked. They could have we could have more mas magandang creative plays. But somewhere for the past 3-4 games, yun nga, like Perty mentioned earlier, may mga nawawala dun sa nakita sa preseason na biglang nawala ngayong season na to eh. Bakit naging ganito? Bakit naging ganyan? And that's why fans, supporters alike are really clamoring for, can we do more plays like this? Can we distribute the ball even better? Yung mga ganun. So mga naghahanap ng mga variations para kaya siguro humahaba yung mga sets or hindi nagiging straight set wins because sa bandang dulo medyo hindi nag-stick sa system or nag-stick sa system but they were not quickly able to adjust dahil yung kalaban natin nabasa yung system na ginagawa ng mga players natin.
anything you might want to add to that, Pretty?
Ako, I didn't expect talaga three set win from this game. And it's not because of Lasal. It's because of Ateneo. It's not because
Mhm.
of it's not because Lasal is weaker. As I said, this is their optimum performance so far, which we have been waiting for. It's just that I've been also looking at the progress of Ateneo for a few years back pa. since they started rebuilding, making Lian the captain. And I could say that even if they lost some key players, it's the system that's still implemented, 'di ba? So I didn't expect it because in the past games they were able to do a lot of impressive impressive outputs. They would bring more seasoned teams to a fifth set. Even last year, gano'n na sila. Nadadala talaga nila yung mga mas angat sa kanila to 5 sets, which talks about their system and their defense as well. And especially given that this year, AC Minor is almost unstoppable. She's very
Yeah.
brilliant. She brought her blocking to her new position, and her efficiency is very high also. And then you have the other contributors like Ivana Sulit in the middle. Their libero keeps getting better also. So for me personally, as far as I've been watching them grow, I never expected a sweep talaga because I know that they're getting better also.
Unfortunately for them, no, the standings belie perhaps their capabilities. Kasi when you look
Yeah,
on
it's
the standings, one win pa lang. But when you look at how they play the
yeah.
teams, parang you see a team there that
Mm,
is actually better than the 1-5 record that they currently have. So
mm,
now that we've talked about the Lady Spikers, let's move on to another winner of today's volleyball action, which is the Green
Mm.
Spikers. I think both of you were able to watch it. I also watch it because it's an interesting game eh.
Mm-hmm.
Lasal at Neo, we've always had these.
Yeah.
Ito yung sure na mahaba eh. Pagka nag-start yan, bibihira ang 3 sets. So first I'll go to JD. What is your impression of today's game against Ateneo? Nakakagagaling sa panalo against UST, no less.
Yes, for me, for the Green Spikers, this is actually Menard's game. It's something that we've looked forward to see him. This is the best game so far in of the season. Also, of course, Noel Campton has been spectacular for today's game. Iba yung drive ni Noel today compared to the UE game, which si Chal naman yung dala doon. And of course, we have Rui, who has always been uh, yung talagang literal na magic bunot that whether he's a starter or someone who's being asked to come in the middle of the game, middle of the set, he'll ano productive yung pasok niya parate. Hindi ka madidisappoint sa ano niya sa itutulong niya sa loob. So those key factors for today, but for me it's really Menard's ace game that propelled us. Yung iba yung motivation niya pag Ateneo yung kalaban kung tutuusin. Watching their pre-seasons basta Ateneo yung kalaban, alam ko si Menard lumalaban talaga.
That's nice to see. How about you, Perty? Anything else you want to say about the game earlier against Ateneo?
I think they were more energized. I see more energy from them from the start. They were pumped from the start, which is not their, which is what we want to see more compared to their previous games. Today they were very active. You see that they really wanted the win, and you see more efforts for them in scoring. You could see more strategy also. You could see more hustle and more drive in their movements. So that's, I hope, a good start for them to come into the second round. Coming into the second round, you want to see more of that.
Ayan, so since we
Kasi I
haven't
think it's in contention.
Yeah. Since
Yeah,
we haven't
I
been
think it's in
talking
contention
much
going.
about the men's volleyball team, of course, there will be some viewers and listeners to the show now, medyo unfamiliar with the players.
Mm.
But of course, perhaps every LaSalle volleyball fan now, whether women's or men's, familiar na kay Noel Campton. Like he's been out there. I mean, kahit yung tignan lang yung graphics ng
Mm-hmm.
TT or ng UAP, they'll be familiar with him. But apart from Noel Campton, so far, I'll ask one of you to nominate perhaps. Sino yung most impressive so far in the team after 6 games? Maybe I'll go first to Perty and then to JD.
Ang daya naman. Hindi ako prepared dito. Impressive so far.
Yes.
Pwedeng dalawa sa
Sige,
akin.
walang problema.
Isang tenured, isang veteran, saka isang bago.
Mm.
Ang sa veterans I have always had I'm always impressed with Vince Maglinaw. Um, he's like a triple threat. Alam mo yun. Always good at defense, good at attacks, and then very smart. And then for the younger ones, I guess it's Fortuna for me. It's such a very big shoes to fill, replacing the spot of Ronquillo. But he has been impressive so far. You could see that he has a drive to improve himself, prove himself, and we can see the improvement in himself and him also. So those are my two.
How about you, JD?
Be watching this team or watching the core of this team for a couple of years already. Syempre, iba talaga yung level nila compared to the 2010s of GS. For me, for this batch, who impressed me more, sige, gagaya kay Perty, dalawa din. But I'll do this first si Rui Ventura. I mean, earlier in my statement, I've already said good praises to him, especially how he did during the UP game and also for this game. It's something that kitang-kita mo yung steadiness and readiness ni Ruby altogether. The second player that also impressed me more is Vince Maglinaw. Yung steadiness niya sa likod, ang galing eh. So just like what Perty mentioned, yung he can contribute in offense and defense. Pero pag talagang ang sole purpose ni Vince, especially because he was injured the start of the seasons, but unti-unti siyang in-inject. And nakita mo yung earlier and also in the previous game, yung steadiness niya sa likod, when I say likod, yung sa back row, something that perhaps this team would be ready in the succeeding games.
Yeah, interesting for me, nabanggit nyo pareho si Vince Maglinaw, and he was missing due to injury recovery no start. How big of
Yep.
an impact now na nakabalik na siya? Do you see na bumalik na siya sa dati niyang form o parang meron pa siyang iaangat this time around? Maybe Bertie muna.
I think he's always been very reliable. He's very steady in defense. Last year pa lang, 'di ba?
Mm.
I think I don't have a big need to see Vince exceed what he's doing now. What I want to see is others. I want to see the others step up to the plate. It's very good to have Menard Guerrero and Vince on the back row. But I also want to see that when others are tasked with the floor defense, they could deliver also. So
Mm.
I don't see any problems with what Vince is doing now. He's always been reliable in everything that he does. Maybe I just want to see the others step up as well.
How about you, JD?
This season, actually, when the lineup was announced, people are saying bakit hindi kasama si player A, player B, player C. We actually have the luxury this season to have a good pool. Also, yung sa reserves natin masakit man, pero we only have to select certain number of players to play for this season. Um, just like what Pretty mentioned, we need to, others need to step up. So, for example, our middles. Um, Branding kasi ng Green Spikers even in 2010s when the team was not really performing well in terms of standing, pero ang blocking nandun. But now I think the last time I've checked, we're at sixth when it comes to team statistics for blocking. So yun yung mas hinahanap ko, yung maging aggressive tayo sa blocking, and not just aggressive. yung tamang, kasi 'di ba sabi nila, when you're doing blocking, kailangan dalawa yan. You get the right timing and of course the right reading. So, minsan, tama yung timing, mali naman yung basa. Minsan naman, hindi nababasa. So, totally, the floor defense, nagugulat. So, walang nakaka-pick up ng bola. So, so for me, particularly our middles, which showed very promising naman when I will watch the UE game, especially we're about to face FEU, which is a very good spiking team. So, kailangan gising at buhay sila for us to get to close the first round stronger. Yan.
Nabanggit na ni JD yung FEU. And before we go to FEU, because it's obviously the next topic, first of all, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Una, Blue Fire LPG for all your business LPG needs, cafeteria, mga restaurants, ganyan. Contact Blue Fire LPG on social media. And of course, one of Angel Canino's endorsed products, Sabi Skin. Ayan, so for your skincare needs, check out their catalog on your website. Pagkatingin nyo dun sa website, meron na agad 20% off. So if you are in the mood to give love to women or maybe even friends, kasi skincare is not just a women thing. It's for everyone. So yun, check out Scabby Skin. So yan, FEU. So men's muna, since I think, tama ba, pagkakalala ko, FEU is still undefeated this season. Remaining the only team after pulling off a big win against NU when they faced off, and then after that, wala pa naman nakatalos pa nila.
Straight sets against NU.
Exactly. That's
straight sets.
To win. Yeah. So, ang tatanungin ko sa preview natin, kasi hatiin ko to. I'll give the floor sa men's kay JD, and I'll give the women's kay Perty naman when it comes to the preview and the predictions. Although, syempre, kung may additional comment yung isa, I mean, let's do it like that. So, paunahin ko si JD sa men's. Against this undefeated FEU team, what are you hoping for us to get a chance dun sa upset na yan and deal FEU a first loss this season?
Blocking. Ang ganda ng efficiency ng FEU when it comes to their attacks. So our defense should be ready. So the first line of defense blocks. Next is their floor defense too has been very stable. Their libero Venny has also doing spectacular. It's actually one of the running for ROW for Roy when pag nag-compute ng statistics. So it's really something na sila walang napapatay ng bola, walang lumalapag na bola. So that has been their story for this season. So for us, kailangan yung connection talaga ng team from mag-click, from blocking, from the floor defense, from our attacks, from the reads. So I expect a little variation, at least from the Green Spikers, for them to power. I'm sure si Noel bantay, especially when Noel is doing double-digit games, the following game, bantay na bantay yan. Nireregaluhan niya ng three-man block for sure. So, Noel has to, it's either to do much power or at least play it smart as he always do so. Aside from looking at the middles, I expect also to be steady sa likod. So, yun nga, hinahanap natin kay Vince. Yoyong as well. I'm expecting Yoyong to do well, especially he's done good in the first few games. So if he gets the starting lineup once again for the FEU game, I hope that he lives up to the defense expectations at the back. So yun.
Ikaw, Perty, may isisingit ka ba na hindi pa nabanggit ni JD or nasabi naman niya na lahat about the Green Spikers against this FEU team?
I think they need to stop sa Avedra. Right, JD? Honestly, they need to find a way to silence Saavedra because he has not been cracked by any school yet. That's just what I think.
Siguro sa akin, okay lang pabayaan na sa Saavedra pero control Mendoza. Lyric.
Ah,
Kasi
si Lyric.
pag gumagawa si Drix, siya yung pinoporsentuhan as they say. Pero kung may supporting
Nagaganti.
cast siya, nako,
Oo.
yun yung mas mapapabilis yung game. So I think
So,
for me, okay lang
study
naman pigilan
Lyric.
na si Drix.
Drake.
Oo, si Lyric yung medyo limit nila si Lyric or um, pero yung pagpunasok din yung second stringers ng FEU like si Amit Between who's very
Malakas pa rin
maingay
eh.
ngayon sa social media. Maganda pa din eh.
Agree.
So at least
Mm.
stop the supporting cast. Ako hayaan na nila si Drix, especially he's really he has a lot to prove this season. Especially last season medyo yun nga 'di ba very close yung Best Opposite Spiker Award sa kanila nun ni JM Ronquillo and medyo di pa ako nakagot over doon. Tapos, yun nga, they were at the top of the eliminations tapos biglang na twice beaten sila ng UST. Yeah, it was UST then nalaglag sila to third. So, kaya statement niya yung performance niya this season. But for me, sige, hayaan na natin si Drix. Pero si Lyric or any other supporting cast, si Indonga, yun ang kailangan pigilan at yun ang kailangan bantayan ng mga blockers natin.
Okay. And now we go to the
Let's go.
women's team. That's the second game of interest natin as a Lasal Sports fan podcast. So Perky, it's an interesting matchup now. We face FEU na pareho record. Interestingly enough, tinalo ng FEU yung UST, pero tinalo din natin yung UP na nakatalo sa FEU. So parang this is really a race for third at least by the way things are looking. Of course, daming complications dyan na if let's say UST loses the game, FEU wins their game, I think FEU pa ang magna number 2. May mga ganyang permutations eh. But let's just stick first to the game happening on Saturday, which is Lasal and FEU. How much of FEU have you seen and what do you like from them so far?
Well, Coach Tina really transformed this team from the start. Obaldo wasn't this good before when she started. It was like a rebuilding team, diba? They started really as a rebuilding team with Coach Tina. Most of them were our batchmates. A lot of them, like sila Asis, Tagaod, Ubaldo. Because when the seniors exited, halos sabay-sabay din, di ba? And then you have this gap batch of I forgot her name, sorry. You have this gap batch and then ang natira would be sila Tagaod. And then every year, you would see how solid the system is. Remember, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2 batches back or last batch, Coach Tina said, I hope Coach Ramil is proud of the performance of this FEU team because she was the one handling the Zobel program before, Coach Tina. And going into this current team now, she still has Jers Petalio. Jers Petalio from the Zobel batch, the Zobel team. They are the ones who are really they are the team to look out for ever since. Their improvements have been very, very felt. They actually in the preseason in Shakey's, they actually beat UST for battle for bronze, and so they got the bronze over UST, and then they're really good at floor defense. They're number 1 now at blocking, which is usually our department, which usually we dominate. Now that it's FEU, and that speaks volumes of how prepared they are this season. That's what I love about them. What else? But that's the question, right?
Yeah,
What's good
And
about FEU?
merong mga remarks na nakikita ko online. But of course, last
Yeah.
season is different from this season. But I think FEU they only failed to beat LaSalle last season. So is there, yung sa sinabi mo parang, do you think they are ready to finally get one against LaSalle?
I think um, they will definitely get a set from LaSalle. I feel like LaSalle will not have a very easy time here. Even in the post game interview with
Mm.
Coach Ramil, he was actually saying that uh, they have very little time to prepare for FEU. And it's true because they are a very good team. You have to have the best scenario would be to have a very good preparation for them. Remember that, you know, when it comes to tenure, these girls have been playing together for quite some time already. Your The core group has superstars already. Entin Obaldo, right? You have Chini Tagaod. You also have the spectacular Jean Assis. And then their libero is very good.
Mm.
Their floor defense is good. Their blocking is number one. So that's why Coach Ramil said that he would have wanted more time to prepare for this FEU matchup.
Ayun. So, having said that, preparing. So, from a fan perspective, what should the team prepare the most for when it comes to FEU? Sige, involve ko muna si JD then sa discussion. Siya muna yung una
Yeah.
sagot and then what he added, what he said you can add on or maybe expound pa. So, JD, what do you think
Mm.
should the team prepare the most for against this FEU team?
So Perty said it's blocking. So yes, I actually was browsing through the running statistics as of 6 games because since all teams already played 6 games, yes, they're unlike dikit lang tayo sa blocking actually. They're number one, we're number two.
Mm.
So I'm sure paghahandaan nila yan. Pero yung pinaka-glaring, and most of the statistics, dikit tayo. Like sa service, we're number one, they're number three. Attack efficiency, we're number two, they're number four. Pero yung glaring sa akin na kailangan nila paghandaan, alam niyo kung ano? Errors. We are the worst team when it comes to committing errors. I think we're the most error-prone team. So, they really have to simulan nila sa service kasi ang takaw natin sa service errors, like kanina, Angel committed around two or three in one set. So that's something that they really need to work it out in Rason. Um, Nicole setting to Shabana. Kasi pag nag-connect si Shabana at si Nicole, can do wonders eh. Kanina medyo, yes, nagko-connect
Yeah.
pero mostly out of system plays. But if Nicole gets Shabana's preferred sets, I'm sure, 'di ba si Shabana is being one of the mentioned na kailangang paghandaan na players pre-season. So, if maiiwasan yung errors from Shabana's attacks because of Nicole's setting, then basta anything that can contribute to errors, yun talaga yung kailangan nilang bawasan kasi um, FEU is at number third least. We are the worst when it comes to errors. So they have to, because the blockings, I'm sure, Lilay and MM um, would be steadier at dun sa pupukpukin. But for the others or in general, yung parang pabaon natin to the Lady Spikers going to the FEU game is lessen their errors. Yun talaga.
Anything more, Perty, aside from the errors?
Well, they have to study tendencies of these very good attackers. Like Lasal kasi, Coach Tina was from the preseason pa, she was looking for her perfect six, her starting six. So in that sense, sabay sila halos na discover nila yung totoong starting six nila. That's not na secret naman eh. You can see it naman, di ba? So, aside from minimizing errors, they really have to study tendencies of the go-to attackers of FEU. So, like the three I said, ako, me, personally lang, I can feel like I feel like they can they can silence the open spikers. Lasal can silence the open spikers. They have done it before. Um, they have very good efficiency in stopping open hitters. Like kanina, di ba? Stopping Lian is not very easy. She is tenured. She's very formidable. But they were able to produce good net defense against her. So I'm confident with that. The one that's very hard to predict with FEU is Jean Assis, actually, because she has a lot of variations. Her leap increased, her power increased. She's really very ripe. She is almost playing like a pro as a middle compared to, I mean, so it's gonna be very difficult. It's not gonna be very easy for the team to stop her. So on that end, in stopping a middle blocker like Jean Assis, you have to be very smart in the net, but also very prepared in digging, right? Because of her variations, it's really hard to it's not easy to study her.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
iba pa yung tapang. Sobrang tapang nun. She doesn't care about the score. She won't see her down. Even if the team is down, that's not gonna happen for Jean Astis.
Definitely,
So if they're smarter when it comes to blocking,
Mhm.
studying tendencies of Obaldo when she would give it to the middles, and you have a prepared back row for middle attacks, that can be done.
Okay.
And I
So
think that's gonna happen.
now that
I
all
think
that's
that's gonna
now that all that's been said, punta na tayo sa
mm.
exciting part, which is the predictions. For both men's and women's.
Wait lang. My predictions
Mm.
last time, I should have won something.
Well, si Gio na yata bahala sa'yo
Hindi
doon.
ko rin
Since we
pinipit
haven't
na
done something
Ibarra.
like it before.
You're gonna give me the Ibarra one.
Wala, I mean, it's all for the subscriber, but if you subscribe, ayan, for
Joke
sure.
lang, joke lang. Of course, I subscribe.
Ayan. So, predictions, unahin natin muna yung men's since they will play first. They will play in the morning due to play at 11 a.m. But of course, that's subject to when the first game finishes. Hindi naman in-expect ng marami kasi na 5 sets yung Adamson NU sa men's, diba? So parang, basta nandun na kayo ng 11 sa venue, which is at the Araneta Coliseum, should be safe kung start na nun or hindi. Okay, guys, predictions for the men's against this undefeated FAU team. Perty muna, and then JD.
Giving full respect to the team that is FEU men's, I would predict that if this Lasal team would be able to win, it's gonna be in 4 to 5 sets. If LaSalle will win, it's 4 to 5 sets.
And then, so women's, how do you see it turning out?
So women's, I feel like it's not whatever result it will be. It's not gonna be 3 sets.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Ako,
it's a minimum of
ang
four
iniisip ko
sets.
dyan, parang 4 sets for us. But if it goes to 5 sets, maybe if you let their
No way.
chances. Or baliktad
Actually,
ka.
I'm confident pa rin naman.
Kahit
I'm
five
just
sets.
being safe. But if you're gonna ask me for my personal opinion, I think it's still gonna be LaSalle. But it's not gonna be easy. It really depends on their preparation. Pero all things together, I think it's still gonna be LaSalle. LaSalle in 4 or 5 sets. But it will be LaSalle. For me, personally.
And so
Yeah.
we now have JD. Kasi nawala si JD eh. So, nauna tuloy si Perty and they couldn't give the predictions at the same time. Would have liked the interaction there. But JD, as Perty has also given his, ingit ko rin yung sa'yo. Prediction mo sa men's natin. For context, he predicted there. He has an optimistic outlook of a 4 to 5 sets win by our Green Spikers. Do you share the same or do you have a different view?
I have a different take. It's a four-setter game, but we're getting the third set.
Mhm. And then sa women's natin, sabi rin niya it's along the same lines, pero mas cautious siya eh. Yung tipong it can be FU. Ang sabi lang niya is I'm sure ang panatag siya is hindi siya 3-setter game. How about
It's
you?
gonna be five-setter. It's gonna be a five-setter match. Sulitin natin yung mga manonood sa March 15. So it's gonna be a five-setter match. I believe we're gonna get sets 1, 4, and 5.
Ooh, that's interesting. Parang ano yan reverse UST. Kasi doon tayo natalo against the Tanks. So, those are interesting predictions and I'm gonna put myself on the line and predict that yes, we are LaSalle biased, but I think FU might just preserve their unbeaten record. But I do think we'll get a set or two, so 4 to 5 sets. But
Yeah.
maybe we make it up in the second round. Let's see. And then so women's, I'm going for a 4-set LaSalle win. It's just that I think there's a psychology here. I might be wrong. I mean, yan lang nakikita ko. Feeling ko may dinadaga yung FEU pag nakalaban nila yung fellow team in green nila. But that's just me. When we have a good playing team, like what we've been seeing in the last 3 games, ito na yung culmination ng last 3 games. You do it against a team that is sturdier than the other 3. No offense to the other 3, but FEU is obviously a better team on paper
Yep.
and on standings
A
against
stronger
these
team. Yep.
teams. So, ito na yun for us to prove our mettle. But of course, we know FEU will lie down. We've talked about it already as well. So, ayan, those are our predictions. Of course, if you have your own predictions, comment down below. Na rin yung version namin of this episode's Blue Fire Direction Hot Take, of course, brought to you by Blue Fire LPG, our main sponsor for this podcast. So, on behalf of JD, Pretty, thank you everyone for listening. This is Brian. Of course, in the next episode, we'll talk about the FU game we just previewed. And of course, review the first round as well. So, ayan. Hope you like the episode. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get a chance to win the elegant Ibarra watch, Trofeo Green. And so,
hope pala
just
to.
keep tuning in if you want to follow LaSalle Sports Podcast. And kaya wala na si Perty. But as we always say, DLS, you.
Animo Lasal!
There we go.